Welcome back. We can talk to the opposition now. Joining us is the Shadow Chancellor, Sir Mel Stride. So we heard from the government earlier explaining why they're bringing in this scrapping of the two-child benefit cap. And I guess they would argue that what they want to do is to take benefits away from people who can go out to work and make sure they're not penalising people who've got no choice in any of this, children.
Well, no, I think this is the wrong decision, and I'll tell you why. Because basically, if you scrap the cap, what you're really saying is that people are going out not on benefits, working hard, paying their taxes, etc. When it comes to having a large family, they have tough financial decisions to take. But if you're on benefits, you're on universal credit, doesn't matter how many children you have, the state will step in and pick up the cost of that through the benefit system. And I don't think that's fair.
It's not. And I guess the kids, they can't go out and work, can they?
So we want to get child poverty down, and we did that when we were in government, but we did it through creating well-paid jobs. 4 million jobs were created under the last Conservative government. It's much better to use work and getting people off benefits into work as the approach to getting poverty down.
What was child poverty when the Conservatives entered office and when you left office?
So
you're saying it fell?
You can look at it as a percentage of particular cohorts. So, for example, the whole population or pensioners or children, etc. And the percentage of those cohorts that were in poverty, absolute poverty, after housing costs reduced across the period 2010 to 2024. But it was driven by people going into work. And if you can make work pay, so spend less on the benefits bill, more on getting people's taxes down, getting business taxes down, growing the economy, then that's the way to drive a stronger economy at the same time as bringing poverty down.
Can I talk about some of these international issues?
Yes, of
because
course.
It's been an extraordinary start to the year. Donald Trump has captured the Venezuelan president and put him on trial. He's made threats about acquiring Greenland. Is he still a reliable ally?
No, America will always be a critical ally for our country, and we should work closely with the Americans.
Is it a reliable ally? Because you can say that it's as in we need them, is he reliable?
There is no doubt, Sophie, that things are changing very dramatically in terms of the way in which America is engaging with Europe and ourselves and the shifting sands around their geopolitical view of the world.
Yeah, we know what that is.
But nonetheless, the heart of this has to be a tight alliance between us and America. Now, you saw that where we worked together in sorting out that tanker, that ghost ship that was busting sanctions, oil sanctions, etc. That's the kind of thing we should be doing with the Americans.
On that, though, he came in afterwards to say, we will always be there for NATO, even if they won't be there for us. I mean, that's a bit of a slap in the face after we've just helped him in the
this is a relationship that clearly needs to be managed. But at the heart of it, where I think President Trump has been right, and has been very positive, actually, is being part of the wake-up call for Europe across the piece, that we cannot, the days of the peace dividend are over. We've got to go out there and tool up on the defence side. We're going to have to commit more resources to defence, cooperate better across the European continent in that context if we're to stand up to Vladimir Putin. But on things like Greenland, of course, Greenland's and Denmark's sovereignty should be respected. No country should be in a position where it is saying, whichever country it is, that when it comes to a democratic, free, sovereign nation, that they're simply going to go in and take that territory. And so I think, we are right to take that position as a party on that particular issue.
Just finally, I just wanted to ask you about polling. Because it feels like, if you look at the recent polling, the Conservatives' polling is, I think it's fair to say, is stabilised a bit after going down. You've overtaken Labour in some polls. Reform still, of course, has a commanding lead. Is the country moving to the right?
I think there are various things that are happening. I think there's clearly a very great level of concern about net migration and illegal migration. And whether that's a left-right issue, you can take your own view on that. I think the economy is becoming more and more central. People concerned about the fact that living standards are under more and more pressure.
And that's benefiting reform as well, you think?
Businesses. Well, no, I think this is part of you call it stabilisation. I think there's a slight recovery in the Conservative position, but I don't want to get carried away with that. It's a long time to the next general election. But at the heart of that is us going out there and explaining how we have a plan to get on top of things like the benefits bill so we can get taxes down and drive growth in the economy and make people better off. And showing we have a serious grown-up plan for doing that, I think, is part of the Conservative recovery that we may be seeing the early signs of.
We'll see.
But let's not get too carried away.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got a lot of work to do.
Still pretty poor historically.
We have a lot of work to do, but we're doing that work.
OK, Mel Stride, thank you very much indeed.